Okay, great. I'm just using a backup method to record this, so then we'll post that for people that either miss parts of the call or that come on tomorrow. So, okay, cool. Have you guys been chatting about anything, Shannon? Nice. Appropriate topic, of course. Did Sophia fall off? She put in the... Hi, Sophia, if you're here. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Marley. Hi, Emily. Hi, Laura. Got a nice meaty call here. There's 6 of us. Okay, sweet. And what was the conclusion or verdict on cheesecake? Nice. Not fair, not fair. Yes, that's so funny. Wow, my god, that's amazing. Cool. And guys, yeah, you've been there. That's awesome. Is this his final day of fat loading? Day 2. Okay, cool. Yep. Yeah, I remember those days of feeling so full. Okay, cool. Well, definitely let us know if he has any questions like that he wants to answer through you too. Cool. Perfect. Okay. I never heard back. I emailed the pharmacy and I CC'd you on it, and I never heard back. They don't really respond too much. So they just rock and roll, make her happen. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, on that note, let's rock and roll. And some huge congratulations are in order this week, you guys. Our very own Amelie has been accepted to naturopathic school this year. Woo! So quickly. That was nice and prompt. Fantastic. So you'll be starting September this year. So that's awesome. The 8-month countdown is on. Yes, you can put yourself into that mindset, right? Yeah, it was the worst. When I applied for naturopathic school, I was dating a guy at the time. We had both did our kinesiology degree together, so we were dating all through undergrad, and then we applied. And the jerk like found out. We both had our interview the same day. He found out the next day, like you did, and I found out like 2 weeks later. I was like, "What? I'm for sure smarter than you. My GPA is way higher than yours. I killed that interview, and I'm the one that made you want to be a naturopath." I was so jealous. It was like the worst 2 weeks of my life. It's like, well, I know I'm going. I don't know about you. Well, I later found out that the person like quit in the midst of the whole process, so it delayed everybody's applications. Yeah, like they quit the next day, so it was not good timing for me at the time. No, no. It's funny because, like, in hindsight, it's such a minuscule issue, but at the time, it was like the end of the world. Cool. Well, I'm so excited. That's so fantastic. So Emily is such a great presence here in the group, and she's been such a kick-ass assistant as I transitioned from private practice to this side of things. So huge congrats, Emily, and hope to keep you along with us here while you go through all of your many adventures. Yeah. You missed a really crazy one on vitamin D and stuff on Tuesday if you ever want to listen to the recording. So cool. Yeah, for sure. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's a really good question. So you can start eating breakfast officially on after you've done your 3 days of washout if you want to. So I would say it's really up to you. Like the golden rule is for sure only eat when you're hungry. So if you're feeling hungry in the mornings, I would encourage you to have a little bit of breakfast. If you're not feeling hungry, I would just wait till that true hunger signal kicks in. And it might be like most people feel a little bit discombobulated at first, like their meal times might not sync up with lunch and dinner per se, but somewhere in and around that vicinity, you might feel hungry at like 11 or maybe only at 1. But the more that you can just eat when you're actually hungry, the truly the better it will be for you to lock in this new set point of your weight. So that would be the best. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, so I would say at that point I would actually start to eat in the morning, and you're gonna be surprised because you're probably still going to skip a meal at some point because usually you feel too full. So it might look like you end up eating breakfast and then maybe a really late lunch, like kind of a dinner, and you skip lunch and you just have dinner. Your body will dictate that, but most people come in at around 700 to 900 calories that first week, just based on their hunger levels. Yeah, so I would say as long as you're only eating when you're hungry, that's totally fair game. If your body craves 2 meals or if it craves three, that's everything's good as long as the hunger signal is there, and it shouldn't feel like a blood sugar hunger. It shouldn't feel like panicky or hangry or angry. It should just feel like a nice warmth in your belly, like an emptiness or a hollowness in your tummy and a growling sensation. Yeah, so that would be true hunger. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really good question. Um, it's better at first not to, just because your digestion is going to be a little overwhelmed with the new volume of food. So if you can keep it separate, that's good. Some people just dive in and they're fine and they can mix. I'm really sensitive digestively, so it was better for me to keep it separate, and a lot of people with previous digestive issues report that. But you could experiment with that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you nailed it. Like if you, the simpler you can keep it, the easier it is on your body because it doesn't have to create such a diverse array of digestive enzymes for that meal. It's a little simpler to break it down. And that wouldn't be forever. Like your body will get stronger constitutionally as you do that. Like if you do that over time, your digestion will pick up and get stronger and stronger and stronger, and then you can start mixing more and more. Yeah, but the simpler you can keep it, if you've got digestive issues, definitely the better that you'll feel for sure, Marley. Mm-hmm. And Yeah, that's awesome. Do you, and so you've had your first session with Shannon too, right? Okay, so either or, whatever's acting up for you right now. But what I was gonna say is, based on what she's gathered, I would like to speak with you about like more of a customized plan to make sure your digestion continues healing as you go into maintenance. We don't like to do too much during the actual protocol, but as you're coming off of things and going into maintenance, that's when we'll touch base with you about some more personalized supplement recommendations, specifically for like whatever you're dealing with and with your digestive system. Yeah, just get you feeling more robust in that department. And we know too that any kind of digestive issues contributes to a slower metabolism. So we'll want to also handle that so that when you sort of spread your wings and fly into this whole new HCG free world, you won't get brought back to any weight issues. We'll just keep your metabolism in that sweet space. Yeah, I'm excited for you. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna check out your chart. I'll check out your chart over the weekend, and then I'll send you a message on Facebook, probably on Tuesday, and we'll set something up. And we'll set up what we're gonna go through with you. And when's your official last HCG dose? Oh wow. Okay, awesome. And how's everything been coming? That's that's excellent. Wow. Okay, so we're right in that sweet spot. Yeah. I was gonna say that. Yeah, I absolutely expect you'll do that. Too much loss for you? Mm-hmm. You just look. Fat is really critical for that youthful vitality appearance for sure, especially like in the cheekbone area. Wow, that's that's huge. 5 inches. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And you're a belly dancer. Do you guys know that? Marley is our belly dancer. That's awesome. How do you think your performances will benefit from this? Hmm. You do. That's- so it sounds like you might be in a sweet spot, not too skinny, just right. And yeah, you absolutely will continue to lose through, as you go through maintenance. I don't think you'll lose too much. Usually the rate is about half as fast as you did on the protocol because it's just your natural body's rate. And you're upping the calories at that point too. But yeah, I would expect to see that. If you feel like you're going too low, just let me know and we can institute some different ideas to kind of bump your calories up a bit. But yeah, otherwise that's pretty awesome. That looks like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days on the HCG and then a total of 8 more days of low calorie. Excellent. Okay, I'm so excited for you. Yay. You've got to post a pic of you in a belly dancing outfit at some point. Yeah, we need the updated. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, you've already identified a couple. Yeah, and those are important too. Like if you can pick those out during now when you go into maintenance and you start adding foods back, if you can identify those are the foods that tend to make people gain weight again in the future because they cause a lot of inflammation and water retention. So the capacity to see that now will be really, really good for you. That's right. Hmm. Yeah, test those out for sure. Our body is so in flux with that sort of thing, so you might have developed a strength towards it. Eggs are really tricky because the inside of the egg there's enzymes that protect the unborn chick or like the future chick from viruses, and those enzymes degrade our intestinal lining. Like they're made to be acidic and corrosive like that to kill the viruses that might attack an egg. But unfortunately, they also can do that to most people's intestines. Like egg is one of the top allergies for that reason. But if we're building up your constitution, your digestion, the 6 weeks on the protocol is actually very similar to what's called an elimination or a hypoallergenic diet. So we've spent 6 weeks like rebuilding you, strengthening you, detoxing you. So you might be strong enough now to handle it, or to handle it in like a once or twice a week dose, like not overdoing it, but having it a few times a week. Yeah, so. Mhm. 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 Yeah, so this will be such a good experimenting time. And then yeah, you've noticed it. So good. Okay, great. With eggs too, Marley, the first thing most people see is a skin reaction. So either an itch or a rash, or their like little bumps will pop up on their skin, on their stomach or their arms. So just keep your eye out for that as you introduce eggs. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. And that's new? Okay. And are they like pimples? No whitehead. Okay. Okay. And any on the back or just on the chest? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Were you sweating differently lately? Like, did you do like a hot sauna or yoga or anything like that? Okay, that's okay. No way. That's so good. So you've detoxed. So that's great. Hmm. Okay, it might just be, like, I wonder if it's just a reaction to something that you wore, or if it was maybe just like a temporary detox symptom. So maybe let's just monitor it for the next 5 days or so, and if it's still there, then we could talk about some ways to get it down. But I would say if you have a dry skin brush, for sure dry skin brush that area to help drain it. Do you have one of those yet? Okay, nice. Yeah. Yeah, use that one. That would be really good. I'm trying to think what else you could do just temporarily. I'd probably just do that for now, and then if it doesn't clear up soon, we can give you some different ideas. Some people, yeah, some people get like a lot of skin shedding because it increases the turnover rate of your skin cells, so they start turning over faster, which is good. But you'll get this like huge die off of dead skin cells. So you'll feel like you're sloughing. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, babe. I'm hungry. Can you ask Maddie for some food? He's got the food upstairs. Okay. Okay, you tell him. But yeah, so I would say for sure try the exfoliating that area. Yeah, it could. Oh yeah, it was Amy and it was Aaron that said they got bumps on like their back or something. I wonder if it was a detox reaction. Yeah, that's the die off of the dead cells. So I know some people like they feel like sheets of skin are coming off essentially. So I'd monitor that. You could also try a little bit of vinegar, like apple cider vinegar, on a cotton ball or a cotton pad and put that over the area too, just to give it some healthy acids to help fight off whatever that is. Yeah, witch hazel's nice too. I just got my daughter hopping down the stairs. You can't see it on webcam, Marley, but my daughter's like pestering me for spaghetti. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I would say let's do that. And yeah, when we touch base on Tuesday, maybe we'll check in and see how your skin's doing at that point. Excellent. No problem. Did you have any other questions, Marley? Okay, great. And how's our Amy doing? Okay. She got, is this the is this the old car? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good for her. So excellent. Okay, great. Cool. So, some really, really good questions there from Marley. So Marley's stepping into maintenance, which is excellent. I think some other people are getting close to that too. But yeah, let's open up the floor. If there's anybody who wants to type questions in the chat, if you can't chime in on the phone, feel free to type, and I'll check that periodically. And then if there's anyone here on the phone that wants to ask a question, please ask away. Bueller. Bueller. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, wow. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. So it dropped 1 day and then it went up for 2 days. Okay. Let me pull up your thing here. My fitness pal. And so you did the stuff like cutting out the cashew. Okay, cool. Let me just pull up your thing here. Um, and I was gonna say, I know you posted a pic of so you did extra lean ground chicken, right? Fat, totals of fat. Okay, that's not bad. Seems like you still came in at only 7 grams of fat. Okay. Man. Oh, you did it yourself? Okay, that's perfect. That's what that if you can do that, that's the absolute best because then we know it's like super low fat. Mhm. Yeah, you probably needed a little bit of variation. So that's good. No, I'm so glad you did that. Um, Jenny does that a lot. Like she'll take actual good cuts of meat and just grind it, so just to give it a different feel, but you know that way that it's still lean. So that's really good. Yeah, you're I'm looking at what you've been eating. It looks pretty solid. I know for you, you said that weight was a set point for you for quite a while at one point, right? Yeah, I think we might just have to slowly bust you through it. I wouldn't, it's only been a few days, so I wouldn't do any other changes. I would just keep with what we said about the fruits, keep with what we said about the cashew milk, and I think just ride it out. Make sure that you stay super hydrated too. Like make sure you get, your 8 cups of fluid, if you will. Um, I wouldn't shift anything else. I think that's good. I think we should check in tomorrow and see what it's looking like tomorrow morning, and then on Saturday morning too. Marianne on the chat is saying the same thing happens to her too, Sophia. So Marianne, what happens with you? You can either type or you can voice respond, but like do you notice you'll go down a day and then go up for 2 days before you go back down? Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it absolutely, you guys might not be doing anything wrong either. It might just be like the normal fluctuations of things. Like we've reiterated with women's bodies and the water that moves around. Just getting more water myself. So it could just be that. As long as like you're overall moving in a downward direction, if you look from 1 week to the next, that's the more important part. Okay, that's good. I mean, the most. Sorry, go ahead, Sophia. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. It's going in shifts. So have you been hovering around 237 for the whole 2 weeks? Oh, it's been 1 week? Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at your progress forms here too. One sec just to pull up your data. Okay. Today is the 8th. Yeah, I can see. It was like on the from the third, you had a big jump. Like on the first, you were 240, and then on the third, it was 237.8, and then it's been like consistent 237, 237, 238, 238, 238, 237, 237. Yeah, you're dealing with the most annoying thing ever, Sophia. So my heart goes out to you. It's gonna end. But anybody that's dealt with having a set point in the past of a weight that they were at for a really long time, your body clings to those numbers. It's just the way that our hormones are programmed. So it might take, and you can see this in our booklet too, like it could take up to 2 weeks to have to deal with breaking past the set point. I pray it won't. I don't think it will, because you've already been dealing with like a good week and a bit of this. But if you stick it out, you're going to see more remarkable drops again. Mm-hmm. That's good, because at least you're not going to end on this plateau. We know that much. You're gonna break past it, and chances are you'll continue to lose throughout your maintenance. Yeah, we could do that. If you haven't done any yet, you could try that tomorrow. Is that something you're game for? Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, well, I would eat today, like make sure you have some food today, and then yeah, you'd be looking at doing essentially a 24-hour fast until tomorrow at like I would do like 5 o'clock dinner or something like that. So maybe a 22, 21 hour fast. Um, but feel free to have like fluids and stuff like that throughout the day, and then have up to 200 grams of steak for dinner, and up to 200 grams of tomato as well. Yes, that's true. I know, I used to work at a place called Physiomed, and we had a lot of, the manager celebrated Ramadan, and we had a lot of patients that did as well. And I used to do like personal training with them, and I was just like, I can't believe you can't drink water. I feel so bad. I feel like I'm torturing you. But they made it. They would always make it the whole day without water. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fasting's so good for you. Most people say like they feel cleaner afterwards. Their digestion improves, their energy, their mind improves. They just feel more clear-headed. I guess it depends what you break the fast with. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'd say let's do that. Maybe tomorrow do a steak day, and then let me and Shannon know on Saturday morning what it comes in at. We're gonna get you through this, I promise. Set point. hmm It's the worst. It's the worst. Yeah, and if it's driving you crazy too, I would just not look at the scale for a few days. But if you're okay with it, you can still check in. But I know Jenny went through it for like literally 14 days, and I know Talia went through it for 10 days. So you're in good company, and every time it absolutely breaks. So as long as you just hold out and stick it through, it'll definitely break. And then guess what? You'll never have to see 237 ever again. Say goodbye forever. Goodbye forever. Goodbye forever, and we're never seeing you again, and you won't have to deal with 2 weeks of it ever again. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's tough because you want to go shopping to celebrate where you're at now because this is already a new body. But I get what you're saying too. It's like you want to wait till the end when you've taken it all off. You know, I did that. I got one dress like midway through just to kind of celebrate, and then I waited to the end to buy my new wardrobe. Isn't that the best? You'll get all the reactions. Oh, so good. That's awesome. When do you go? Nice. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're gonna go and shock everyone. That's excellent. Fantastic. Do you have any other questions, Sophia? Yeah, we're with you. We're with you through this process. My heart goes out to you. Mhm. In an ideal world, if you could switch that for like stevia or flavored stevia or xylitol, that would be better because it's 0 calories. So for you, because you're so sensitive to your insulin levels, so I would try to cut out sugar as much as possible wherever you can. It would count as part of your like 20% of the time. So if it's Saturday, Sunday, you want to celebrate, you want to have like a nice breakfast, nice tea with sugar in it, that's totally fine. But I would only do that like 4 meals or 4 times of the week. Yeah, the coconut sugar, it's better. It's the same amount. It's still 4 grams per teaspoon, but it spikes your insulin a little bit less quickly than white sugar does, so that's good. But it's still overall, you're gonna get the same insulin loading effect over time, which could contribute to weight gain in the long run. So, as much as you can to keep that low. Other tips and tricks would be like have it right before you go and do some kind of exercise, vigorous exercise, because that'll burn it off, and you won't get the insulin spike. Yeah, you got it. Eat the stuff you really want to eat. Have like your 4 treat meals a week, and then just try to use like the flavored stevia. That's my go-to now for tea. Mhm. I know. Yeah, the white bottles are way better. She's talking about the sweet leaf stevia, you guys. The white bottles are amazing. They're so flavorful. Yeah, I love those. Those are great. Um, yeah, that's what I would do. I would just try to minimize it. I know if you're a tea lover, it's tough. I know my boyfriend's whole family all drinks tea with sugar, like the Iranian style tea with the sugar. Like it's cute. It's kind of like crystallized sugar. So it's tough if you've had that for a long time. It's tough to give that up. Yeah. Yeah. Is the sugar. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Try having maybe a little bit of lemon in your tea. Sometimes that's really nice. Um, yeah, that'll be one to kind of like, yeah, limit that type of thing. I'm trying to. Catherine's just asking, is there how much stevia can you have in a day? So I'm just putting that for Catherine here. Um, Here it is. 4 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. That's a heck of a lot. That's a lot. I don't think you could overdo it, Catherine. I think you'd have to like, because that'd be like 200 milligrams for an average person. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. And what was her? Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so it is. It's a lot different. So she was kind of maybe thinking that it was like similar to the artificial sweeteners. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're looking at. Um, yeah, like we know sucralose, aspartame, acesulfame potassium, or acesulfame K. Those are neotame, that sort of thing. Those are the artificial sweeteners, and so what studies show with that, because they, when diabetes started rising, they started telling diabetics have these sugar-free, calorie-free options like Coke Zero and whatnot. But what was interesting is they noticed that it did nothing to improve their insulin levels. And so they ran some studies, there's been quite a few now, looking at when a diabetic person, and they actually did regular people too, when people consumed the artificial sweeteners, your tongue, so we used to think that you released insulin in response to sugar hitting the liver when you're digesting. But it turns out your tongue, the minute it tastes something sweet on it, even if it's an artificial sweetener, that causes the insulin spike. It's the insulin spike itself, that hormone, that causes weight gain and diabetes and all those health risks and inflammation, and it's linked to cancer. And high insulin is linked to basically every disease out there, because it feeds cancer cells and inflammation. So that's when they realized, like, oh my god, it's actually the sweet taste on the tongue that causes the insulin spike. It's not the food reaching the GI tract and the liver as we thought. That's a secondary response. So your body releases insulin twice. At first, it releases how much it thinks it should release in anticipation to the sweet taste, and then once the liver gets the food, it kind of gives out any additional that might be needed still to mop up the sugar. So they were still seeing this in people with artificial stuff, but that was the fear when stevia came on the market. It was like, well, is this just going to be the same problem as all those things? When they study stevia, though, it doesn't actually, oddly enough, it doesn't stimulate the same tongue receptors at all. Like, you might interpret it as sweet, but it doesn't actually activate the sweet receptors on your tongue. So it doesn't cause that cascade. In fact, they found that it actually sensitizes you to your insulin, meaning you respond more appropriately and release less of your own insulin, which is really good for weight loss. So that's where stevia is fitting in right now. But I think where some people have seen some research is when they go to like really morph stevia. They've created something called Truvia, which is a chemical derivative that has some pretty bad reviews and research on it, just showing that like Truvia is not good for you. So that's like a very chemicalized version of stevia. So she might have seen that sort of research. I wouldn't be surprised. But if you're having like sweet leaf stevia or natural stevia, or if you grow it in your garden and eat the herb, that's all been proven to be really, really safe and actually really beneficial for your insulin regulation. So I won't be worried. Yes, yeah. It is, yeah. It is. Yeah, it's not the Truvia. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And I get what she's saying too about the sweet thing, because like those things that do stimulate that sweet part of your tongue, they like you still end up wanting more sugar, even if it's an artificial sweetener. You still crave more of the sweetness. But again, because the stevia doesn't utilize those receptors, it doesn't cause that cascade. Yes, you're all good. Mm-hmm. That was my savior too throughout the protocol. Just I don't know, I just felt good on it. Yeah, I like lemon and orange and the dragon fruit flavor. Yeah, so that might be even something that you continue having afterwards. Yep, I used to do that too. At one point, I bought like 15 of them. Yeah. Yeah, I know some people are sensitive to it. Like I remember Shannon was getting a little bit of inflammation with it, but as long as you don't notice any of that, that's totally fine. I'll also say a very, very like extremely rare possibility is people that are sensitive or allergic to stevia, just like any plant, but it's very rare. Hardly ever do we see that. So yeah, what were you experiencing, Shannon? Oh yeah. Mm. Yeah, that's the one. We don't know, yeah. Yeah, so as long as you don't get that, then I think you're in the clear. Awesome. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Well, once you go black, you don't go back. Yeah, you might never want it after that, Chris. A lot of people, once they start drinking tea and coffee black, they get used to it. Nice. Okay, yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's good. No? You didn't... Yeah, just the flavor. Have you had a lot of caffeine? Like, does it take... Will you feel caffeinated after like 2 or 3 coffees? Okay. Oh gosh, yeah. So you're probably really adept at detoxing it really quickly. That's a good sign. As crappy as it is, it doesn't work on you. That's a good sign. Oh, that's so good. Mm-hmm. You're bouncing off the wall. Yeah, bulletproof is the best. Yeah. I I just sent you the link, Marley, in your inbox in Facebook, and I'm posting it here too for the recipe. From Sweetleaf. Sweetleaf.com. I'll post that to you too. But you might No, you know what? I've never seen those flavors around here. I was gonna say you might be able to get it from Whole Foods, but I've never seen that variety either. They just have chocolate. So I'm gonna copy to you the Sweet Leaf website. You can buy it right off the website. They ship to Canada, and no, just the chocolate. Sadly, it's still really good, but I like the variety. There we go. Oh, whoops! I gave you the same link. Mm-hmm. 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 And you can do it with tea too. Mm. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't remember. One will solidify and one will stay liquid. I'm posting the links to this to your inbox, Marley, and to the chat box here for everybody else. Mm-hmm. Great links. There we go. Yeah, really, really good stuff. It does taste really good with herbal tea too, the whole bulletproof thing. Okay, so I posted those two, and make sure I sent it to you too. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do the True Blonde or the True North one that I just buy from Starbucks or from Shoppers. That one's really good. The bulletproof coffee beans are frigging awesome. They're kind of ridiculously priced. And if you can get your hands on Blue Mountain Jamaican coffee, it's also like $45 for a bag, but it'll be the most mind-blasting coffee experience of your life. So I would not do that every day, but that's for like real treats. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You didn't find it different, eh? Yeah.
Mom,
Yeah.
here's your crunchies.
Thank you. Do you want to just again?
Yeah.
Okay, here. Do you want to go back? Do you want another one?
Give me.
And you think you posted that recipe in a recipe file, right? Hmm.
Mom, I didn't know it was the blonde hair girl, but the blonde hair girl. I'm not. Not that one.
Sorry, I'm just trying to help my daughter pick a movie. Which one?
Ghost.
I'm gonna have to go get Medi, okay?
Huh?
Do you want that?
Why did you say go get Maddie? Why did you say go get Maddie?
Because I can't help you with this much stuff. Great questions, great discussions. Any other questions on here tonight? I'm gonna try to block the TV with my head so you guys don't see it. Okay, so it's coming up on 8:13. I know Marley had to leave. If anyone else has to leave because it's past 8, totally feel free. If there's anybody else with questions, though, I'm more than happy to stay on the line and answer those. Excellent. Excellent. I heard about your fat loading Chris. That's perfect. Yeah, it can feel like that, especially on the third day. Okay, good. One more day. Yeah. Well, I guess technically, I guess you can start this. It's a 72 hours, so go ham with it if you want to. Oh jeez. Yeah. That's so funny. No, it's so good. I'm so glad you're fat loading properly. Yeah, it's 72 hours from the first injection. You can count 72 hours. So if you want to wake up for a midnight snack, he says this now, Shannon, but wait till how he feels tomorrow. He's gonna be so sick of it.
Wow, I really can't hear a single
Yeah. See, we know, Catherine. We know.
for us. Always hear him.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it a new smell? Nothing. It was nothing. We should rehearse. We have a show this weekend. Is it just me, or is Talia acting a little weird? I mean, you saw that, right, Ariana? Ariana?
Sure. Yeah. We spoke about that. I remember that. Yes. When do you leave officially? Okay, so we've got about a month to make sure we get that for you. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe Shannon, if you can remind me on Tuesday morning, I'll send Catherine a message with some different steps and things to do for that.
1, 2, 3, turn and clap.
Does that sound good?
Ariana, how are your ears? Are they any better?
Yeah. Well, for sure you can have wine. We've had a lot of people get away with that, no problem. It'll just be like keeping the sugars and starches down as like ideally to nothing if you can, and celebrating in other ways like steak, good cuts of meat, fish, seafood, wine. That would be like the most ideal, is if you can keep the sugars and the starches down. If you're gonna have drinks, I would do like gin and tonic or again wine. Tequila, stuff that's sort of harder with low to no sugar, vodka, soda, that kind of thing. Yep, you can have diet sodas, no problem. So that'd be a good way to have the sweet stuff. And yeah, so it's basically sugar and starch. And definitely the worst thing would be like sugar. So you shouldn't have sugar or starch at all, but if you did have it, the worst would be having it with fat. So ice cream, for instance, would be like a big no-no, because that combo during those few weeks will make you regain weight really quickly, the fat and the sugar, just because they spike your insulin and your leptin. So as long as you can like really just keep that to a minimum, that will be our overall theme for you. If you do have a couple slip-ups, it's not going to be the end of the world. I would say maybe try to do a steak day the next day if you can. But if you keep those out, you shouldn't have to. Yeah, that's what I would go with. I don't know, how do you feel? Like, I know for me, celebrating, I love like a good steak and a glass of wine. Like that for me is like a nice meal out, or like scallops wrapped in bacon. Is that something you could get down with on vacation? Okay, cool. That's right. And yeah, like I said, alcohol shouldn't be a problem. Just keep out the like sweet stuff, which would probably give you a headache anyway. Yeah. Fats are okay too, so it should be fine to have fats. Like if you wanted to have some dark chocolate, which has like a smidgen of sugar, that's not a problem. Yeah, I would do that sort of thing. And dairy, like we say, try to avoid it till the end if you can, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if you had it sooner. Again, as long as there's no sugar. Yeah, that'll be the overall theme, but we'll send you some more sort of detailed instructions. No problem. So Shannon, just if you can remind me, Shannon's the detail-oriented one, you guys. I'm the mad scientist who forgets everything. Yeah, absolutely, Sophia. Sounds good. So what I'll do is I'll craft up a document and I'll send it to both you guys. So I should craft up a document and post it in one of the modules. How to hack your vacation on HCG maintenance. Nice. That was like us. We went to Florida and we went there on the 19th of December and we were allowed sugar and starch on Christmas Eve, the 24th. So we had like, I was fine with it, but Medi was dying a little bit for that week. So that's perfect timing, Chris. Perfect timing. Don't be... Yeah. Don't... Yeah. Don't be surprised if you don't even want it either. A lot of people just, they're like, bleh, don't even care for it at that point.
The medallion belonged to my sister. Your sister? You never told us anything about your family. To be honest, I always imagined that you were raised by a pack of
Yeah.
wolves, or maybe by a robot. One of those
It's overrated. Once you get to the side, like I was saying to Catherine, like a good juicy steak for me is heaven, or bacon wrapped scallops, or you know, pan seared fish. I don't know, it's heaven. I love it. Or bulletproof coffee or bulletproof tea, like that. The good fats, the good flavors. I just don't get down on the sugar so much anymore. It's weird. Cool. Okay, some great questions tonight, you guys. I sort of did like a makeshift way to record it, so I'm going to find out why it's not recording normally. I'm going to post this one. But yeah, if nobody has any last minute questions, I'll close off the call for tonight. It's 8:21, so I'll just put the memo out. Does anybody have any last comments or questions or thoughts? Anything they want to share? So far, so good. I want to share with you guys this amazing link to Lady Gaga singing at an orphanage that I just posted on my Facebook. I'll post it here in the chat too. I don't know if you guys saw her perform at the Super Bowl. I did not, but they're posting pictures about her on the internet and they're body shaming her because for like half a friggin' second she bends over while wearing her short shorts and she has like a little tiny half an inch roll of skin that I think any normal human being in the world would have if they bent over. So the internet went on fire and started body shaming Lady Gaga, which is so ridiculous because like she looks phenomenal. And I also posted her response to it, which was just so like full of love and so great. I'm gonna share the link to you guys though, if I can get it. Gosh, I don't know how to do it. But if you go onto my page, you'll see it there. And I also posted her singing at this orphanage, like I said. I just love her. I love her response. She doesn't even indulge the hateration. She just kind of rolls with it. She works out hardcore. She has phenomenal muscle mass. If you look at the article that I posted, you'll see it in her picture. Her thighs are like Spartan thighs. And I just love it. It's all about being healthy, being strong, being beautiful. It's not about being skinny. It's about being able to perform at your job, at your mission on Earth. And that's what she taps into. So yeah, check that out if you guys get a chance. That's the note I'll leave you off on. And check out her singing because it's unreal how she does not need a warm-up. She just launches right into it. It's incredible. So with that, I'll let you guys go for now. Have a fantastic evening, and we will chat, not same bat time, different bat time, Tuesday at 12, but same bat channel. And Shannon will post the call details on Tuesday morning for you guys. Okay, have a great weekend, everyone. If you need anything, please do reach out. Bye for now. Bye, guys.